Hello, 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 and welcome back to another video. It took me about 5 minutes to get myself sorted here today because I usually have this window opened, but it is so sunny today and it was just glary. Like, I would put my hand here in front of the window and you couldn't see my hand. So I'm like, well, that's not going to be very good when I'm holding up a book, is it? But anyway, today's video, we are doing our TBR for September. What? Are you kidding me? I cannot believe that it's already going to be September, because to me, in my eyes, September pretty much means the end of the year and Christmas. September is birthday month for my son and footy finals. October is birthday month for my eldest daughter, a trip away to Melbourne. November, I am surprising my son with a trip to Queensland, and then December is Christmas, and then it's, yeah, so to me, in my eyes, once September starts, like, the year's done, it's over. But anyway, we are going to be doing my TBR for the month of September. This month, I know I said last month that I only wanted to choose 7 books because the odd number was just getting to me, but I really do feel like I'm going to try and stick with 7 books for this TBR today. 6 in my eyes is like too short. 8 is sometimes pushing the limit, but it's more so for me that I'm not bombarding myself with like 9, 10 books to pick from, because, you know, I feel really accomplished if I got through all of my 7 and then I could just free pick for the rest of the month, because at the moment I'm roughly reading around 9 or 10 books a month. So if I pick 7, then I've got some room to be able to choose some books that I want. We're going to choose 7 today and I'm going to stick with it depending, you know, I'm already trying to talk myself out of it, depending on what books I pull. Like, if there is really, really short books, I may possibly pull one more, but if there's a mix of like short and long, then it'll stay 7. In regards to what I am leaning towards this month, I would love, and like I wouldn't be mad if I got 3 prompts that fitted this series, but I would love to finish and get up to date with the Kings of Sin series, because I know that there's going to be another book coming out soon. I don't know exactly when. I would love to get to that series. I would love to pull Spectacular because that is the final book in that series and it is so short. And I would also like to start the Once Upon a Broken Heart series. Other than that, I'm not too phased, but there's some of the books that I am really leaning towards at the moment. So without further ado, let's just get started and pick some prompts. This is honestly my favorite video ever to watch on YouTube, and it just brings me so much joy to be able to do my own and do it myself. Anyway, prompt number 1. Continue a series. I feel like, given what I just said, I'm gonna go with the next book for Kings of Sin series. So this is book 3 and this is King of Greed by Anna Huang. Hopefully that's not too reflective from the sun. I know that this one is the story about the Davenports. So they are married, but they're obviously having a lot of marriage problems. So this is about Dominic and Alessandra. So I am really, really excited. I was curious in the last book to see whether or not I would actually get a story about Alessandra. So yeah, I am super excited and super keen to see kind of what happens. This is probably the shortest book of the series. It feels really short compared to the others, but anyway, I'm really excited to see how the dynamic of their marriage is, because from my opinion, in the last book she is a very lonely wife and he is just a workaholic who locks himself in his office 24/7. Already off to a good start. Prompt number 2, a book with a purple cover. I could do Deep End by Ali Hazelwood. That's a purple spine, not a purple cover. More so pink than purple, isn't it? I don't have any other purple ones, so Say You Swear looks more magenta to me than purple, so I think I'm gonna have to go with Deep End by Ali Hazelwood. This has obviously been out for a little while now and there is just so many mixed reviews, so it has been like putting me off, but I also am nervous to try it and not like it, because I don't want just one book to sway my opinion on Ali Hazelwood as an author, because I have never read a book from her before, so this will actually be my first book that I've read by Ali Hazelwood. I do believe this is a romance. It's the pressure of their relationship and also the Olympics and everything coming. I honestly really don't know too much, but I've just been a bit scared because of all the reviews, mixed reviews. Anyway, book number 2, Deep End by Ali Hazelwood. A book with a yellow cover. That's got a little bit of yellow. I feel like, no, that's not yellow, that's just got a yellow spine. Had The Women, which has a little bit of yellow on it, but I would predominantly call that a red cover. And then I only have Taylor Jenkins Reid After I Do, and it's a yellow orangey spine, but the cover is definitely not. So my only closest one to a yellow cover is This Summer Will Be Different by Carly Fortune. Now, I had this on my TBR a couple of months ago now, and I didn't actually realize that it was like an interconnected standalone series. Now, there is other books that were before this one, and honestly, there's one, and I think it's the first book, doesn't jump out to me. Like, I did not want to pick that up, so I actually went and read Every Summer After, and then the next one after that is this one. And then I obviously know that there is one Golden Summer that's just come out as well, so that will be my next purchase. So yeah, I am really excited to get onto this one because I have been wanting to read it for quite a while. People say that this book reminds them or gives them the same vibes as Happy Place by Emily Henry, which I did like that book, so keen to read this one. All right, prompt number 4. A book with a single dad. Going to cheat a little bit in this prompt because I don't have one that is technically a single dad, but I do have one that is a one night stand, turns into the girl getting pregnant and them working in a co-parenting situation, and then I'm pretty sure they end up falling in love in the long run. I mean, he finds out that this girl's pregnant and he is going to be a single dad because they're not together at the time, so can that work? In my eyes, yes, I'm gonna make it work, and I'm gonna go with Out on a Limb by Hannah Bonham Young. I cannot tell you how long that this book has been on my TBR for, and I just want to read it so bad, but I have just never been getting any prompts to be able to read it. If I didn't pick this book for this month's TBR, it was definitely going to be a book that I was going to be picking up this month anyway once I finish my TBR. So I'm so stoked to finally get this. This is about Win and Bo. They have a one night stand and she ends up getting pregnant. I have been told that this is very in-depth in regards to pregnancy, and I am just so for that. I love reading books about pregnant people and when couples fall in love and then end up having a kid. Obviously, this is from a one night stand and they are forced into parenthood. From my belief is they work together to, you know, create this really good co-parenting relationship, and then I'm pretty sure they end up falling in love. I can't even tell you how long I have been wanting to pick this up, so I'm so excited to finally get to read Out on a Limb by Hannah Bonham Young. Prompt number 5. A book that you bought off Amazon. Okay, After I Do by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I do believe this is about two people, Lauren and Ryan, whose marriage is starting to reach breaking point, and it's a story about them coming up with a plan to fall back in love. 1 year apart and only one rule: they cannot contact each other. Aside from that, anything goes. Wow, so I think this is like a bit of a self-discovery journey for both Lauren and Ryan, and then it's, you know, see whether or not they come back together in 12 months time. I'm really interested by this one. I also haven't actually read a Taylor Jenkins Reid book. Sue me, I know. I really want to get onto The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, but everyone just raves about that book. So I thought when this book came out that I would purchase it because it's a book that no one talked about yet. I mean, they probably have by now because it has been sitting on my shelf for a little while. I'm excited to dive into that one too. We're very romance heavy. We have got a lot of romances and only one book from a series. What do we got next? A book with a red cover. I knew it. I knew it. So obviously we have got The Women by Kristen Hanna. I was hoping I could tie this into it, but that's definitely pink. So I've only got one option, The Women by Kristen Hanna. Now I have read in January, it was actually the first book that I read for the year, and it was a 5-star read, was The Nightingale by Kristen Hanna. And I've just been dying to get my hands on Firefly Lane. That is the one that I want to read next by her. Obviously not going to because I've just drawn this book. Cannot get my hands on Firefly Lane anywhere. It's always sold out whenever I go and do a bit of book shopping. I was like, I need to just get one. I need to just choose one, and everyone raves about this one now currently at the moment too. Pretty sure this is about nurses in the war. So very kind of similar vibes to, you know, obviously with the war from The Nightingale. So this book is about Frankie, and she joins the Army Nurse Corps and goes to serve in Vietnam. And I do believe that they end up help serving alongside the men. So because the first line up here is, women can be heroes too. Their friendship changed lives, their bravery changed history. I do still really want to get my hands on Firefly Lane. I will keep trying. But the next book is The Women by Kristen Hanna. All right, I've got one last prompt. Book 1 of 3 of a trilogy. Oh, okay. We're going to be going towards the fantasy type world here, I'm pretty sure. I have got Lightlark. I don't know if Lightlark series is going to be just a trilogy, but as of right now, there is 3 books out and I have got the first 2. I can choose Once Upon a Broken Heart. Now, I am doing really, really good with my reading month this month. So I am thinking if I do pick this one, that I will pick Spectacular to read before the end of this month. I'll just read the synopsis of both because that might help me make up my mind. Welcome to the Centennial. Every 100 years, the island of Lightlark appears for 100 days to host a deadly game where the rulers of 6 realms fight to break their curses and win unparalleled power. Each ruler has something to hide. Each curse is uniquely wicked. To break them and save themselves and their realms, one ruler must die. To survive, either crown must lie, cheat, betray, even as love complicates everything. Damn, that sounds good. And then Once Upon a Broken Heart. For as long as she can remember, Evangeline Fox has believed in happily ever after until she learns that the love of her life is about to marry another and her dreams are shattered. Desperate to stop the wedding and heal her wounded heart, Evangeline strikes a deal with the charismatic but wicked Prince of Hearts, Jax! Oh my god, from Caravel. In exchange for his help, he asks for 3 kisses to be given at the time and place of his choosing. But Evangeline first promised kiss, she learns that bargaining with an immortal is a dangerous game and that the Prince of Hearts wants far more from her than she pledged. He has plans for Evangeline, plans that will either end in the greatest happily ever after or the most exquisite tragedy. Oh, these both sound so good. Should I add them both? I am loving the Caravel series, so I would really like to get onto this one, and I've obviously reading the Caravel series to get onto this series. I am thinking, do I just quickly get the Lightlark series out of the way because I have the whole Throne of Glass series sitting there waiting for me, and then I've also got... I could do this book too. I've also got Spark of the Everflame here, and right now there is 3 books out for that one. Damn it. Obviously want to do fantasy because I just want to knock out some of these quick series. Obviously they've all got 3 books each before I get onto Throne of Glass, because Throne of Glass is 8 books and that's going to be very consuming. But this one, I could do this one too. Wow, this is so hard to choose. These are all such, like, I want to read them all. But I think I'm going to put this one back just purely because with the Lightlark series, I have books 1 and 2 here. And then with Once Upon a Broken Heart, I have the whole trilogy. So is that going to make my mind up about which one I'm going to go for? I don't know. But I'm going to put that one back. Oh, do you know what? I'm going to go with Once Upon a Broken Heart, and that's purely just because I've got all 3 books here ready to go, and I don't have to buy any other books if I want to continue reading this series. So I'm going to add that one. God, that took me so long to choose. Let's do a quick wrap up of the books that we are going to be reading in September. Continue a series. We are going with King of Greed by Anna Huang. A book with a purple cover. We are going with Deep End by Ali Hazelwood. A yellow cover. We are going with This Summer Will Be Different by Carly Fortune. A Single Dad. Now this prompt was obviously distorted to suit my TBR, but we're going with Out on a Limb by Hannah Bonham Young. A book that you brought off Amazon. We are going with After I Do by Taylor Jenkins Reid. A book with a red cover. I got a lot of colour prompts this month, didn't I? The Women by Kristen Hanna. And book 1 of 3 of a trilogy. We ended up, took me so long to decide, but we ended up choosing Once Upon a Broken Heart by Stephanie Garber. This is the stack. This is the stack for September. I was really hoping to add Lightlark to this one and just say, well, you know what, I'll just read the 8 books, but I'm sticking to my word. I told myself only 7, so yes, I did the hard thing and I made the decision. It took me a while, but we got there. So this is the stack. This has got a lot of books that I have been wanting to get to for a while. But anyway, that is my TBR for September. So thank you so much for watching. I got there in the end. We had a few fails with the lighting and the memory card, and then I couldn't make my mind up, but we're there. We got it done. I'm so thankful for watching, and thank you if you did watch to the end, but I will speak to you very soon in my next video. Bye.